Goldeneye Reloaded isn't as much as a remake as it is a reimagining of the iconic Nintendo 64 game. You play Bond, who has Daniel Craig's likeness. He's the only one who is recognizable out of all the others.
Natalia Semenova. I'm a computer engineer.
The plot is the same as the film and the game, but with better graphics. Goldeneye is a long and complex story about power, betrayal, love, and crazy Russians. The Goldeneye is a satellite capable of using nuclear weapons to disable targets with an EMP, which the bad guys want to have to bring the world to its knees. It's up to Bond to stop them before it's too late.
You have 10 seconds.
If you have not played this game, there is a plot twist you might not have seen coming. If you did see it coming, well, fuck you.
That chopper could not be in safer hands. Incoming.
This game, even though panned as mediocre, is very fun. You get to choose between being stealthy or going in guns a-blazing. The stealth is done really well and adds a well-placed level of complexity to each of the 6 missions that are broken up into smaller levels. Also, the scaling difficulty is back from the original. From Agent to 007, the higher the difficulty, the more you have to do per level. The extra missions added are optional, but you should do them to progress and for the achievements. There is even a more difficult mode called 007 Classic. It is the 007 difficulty with no regenerating health. A second feature, like in Call of Duty games, is an operative mode called MI6 Ops. It requires you to fulfill certain objectives, like taking out every enemy without being seen, or survive waves of enemies. One cool thing about this is you can modify the difficulty, like improving the AI's accuracy, how much damage you do, and or take. The harder you make it for yourself, the more points the game is worth. You need to do well and get as many stars per scenario as possible. You need certain amounts of stars to unlock more scenarios, and they are worth more achievements. The enemy AI, let's just say their only strength is in their numbers. Yes, they can aim rather well, but most of the time, they're rather easy to deal with. Besides Borderlands 1, this is one of the only games that I have no problem playing through over and over, regardless if I have the achievements or not. It's just fun to play. Replaying the game for footage and a refresher of how the game is, I'm reminded at how difficult it can get. Thank God there is a checkpoint system that usually sets you back right before intense firefights or a very difficult situation. Most people hate this game because they go into it expecting Goldeneye from '97, but instead they get something completely different. If you go back and play Goldeneye on the 64 today, it might not be as good as you once thought it was. This reimagining isn't groundbreaking by any means, but it's a lot of fun and worth your time. I'm Agent Duckky, and thanks for watching.
See reflections on the water, more than darkness in the depths. See him surface.